Make a pick, maybe. You know, in my house, when I moved to my house, this is the house that I've lived in the longest my whole life. I've lived there for just over 20 years. 20 years and 6 months. And in my house, there's a place where on the wall, there are funny little marks. And they start about this high, and they go up around that high. What do you think those marks are? Well, Jason, yeah. There's marks for Terry there. There's some marks for Debbie, too. Debbie's are going this way. Jason's go this way. Terry's go this way. There's some marks for Ken, too. I think he's settled a little as well. So what I want to do today is I want to put marks. Like, do you have marks like that? You know what that is? It's like how tall you are, right? Do you have a place in your house where there are marks on the wall on how tall you are? Yeah? You do? Okay, well let's do that. So let's have everybody stand up here. This is my measurement. So who's going to stand up first? We'll go to short ones. Right down here. Okay, we're going to put mark. Go right. Perfect. Okay, who's next? You gonna come? Nancy. Oh. Who's next? Oh, you're taller. Okay. We get this little guy. Think we can get him? You hold him up, we can. Alright. You're the shortest one today, do you know that? Who's next? You can't get up. What do you do? Stand up? Well, you're pretty tall too. And we got you. You're pretty. Oh, he's a little taller than you. All right, last one. You're the tallest. All right, so would it be okay, you guys can see all those marks, right? Would it be okay if you just stayed there? Like if you didn't grow anymore? That would be okay? You'd be happy with that? Let's see, where were you? You were right there, right? So that would be, about 4 feet? You'd be happy with being at 4 feet for the rest of your life? I'm thinking you gotta think about that a little bit more. Do you know, the interesting thing is that all of you, I came back a year from today, and I did this again, all of you would be higher on this thing. Every one of you. And at some point, you kind of max out and get as high as you're going to get. But what that talks about is growing, right? And we grow a couple of ways. We grow taller. But we talked, the gospel message that I read today talked about Jesus starting his ministry and going into church, the synagogue, and talking to them. But the first time that he went to church, he was probably a little smaller than him. Because he probably went there when he was just a tiny little baby to be dedicated. And then when he was 12 years old, and he's gone to church in between, but the next time we hear about it is when he was 12 years old and he was in church. And I'm sure he was probably, how old are you? You're 10. So he was about your size, maybe a little bit taller, maybe a little bit shorter. But then we hear about him growing more. And the thing is for all of us is that we grow. We grow in the things that we know. We grow in the things that we do. Things that you can get away with when you were a little guy like that, you probably can't get away with now. And you won't be able to get away with some of the things now that you could get away with some things now that you won't get away when you're my age. So the challenge for each of us is to grow in who Jesus teaches us to be. And Jesus teaches us that we are the children of God and we are loved by him pretty much, even more than our parents know us. That's hard to believe. It's true. All right, I think there are some special things over there, you guys. Thank you for